Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bill Hamilton coming to you for our culminating segment. This is when, where, and how to buy an automobile. The last time, ladies and gentlemen, we went inside of the numbers and showed you how 95% of the people in America buy a car today. Checker players. Now today, ladies and gentlemen, in our culminating feature, we're going to show you how chess players buy an automobile. Checker players are interested primarily in how much is the monthly payment. They even advertise to you on your TV about how much the monthly payment. Nobody ever talks about in these new car advertisements on TV what the total payment is. That's what chess players are interested in, not how much the monthly payment is, but what is the total cost of this automobile. So you say, Bill Hamilton, I heard you talk about cash and a hat. You talked about cash and a hat. This is the segment on cash and a hat. But Bill Hamilton, what I don't understand, the number one question is, where do I get the cash? Well, I'm glad you asked, because now we show you where you get the cash. The simple answer, the short answer is you save it. What do you mean save it, Bill Hamilton? Where do I get it from? Well, let me take you back to the checker player who decided that he is ready to buy that $34,900 automobile. Remember in our previous segment, he went down to the dealership, paid $3,000 down and $495 rounded off a month. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to decide at the very same time that he decides that I'm ready to buy an automobile. But instead of you paying the man, somebody else, the way he's paying, you begin at the same time to pay yourself. So you pay yourself the same day he pays them $3,000 down and starts paying $495 a month. You start paying yourself that same amount of money. Ladies and gentlemen, and as we showed you in the last segment, that adds up to a grand total of $8,700 a year when we take into account depreciation. That's how much that new car is costing him, and trading every 40 months. So we start paying ourselves that kind of money. $495 a month, $3,000 down. And oh, by the way, he's paying additional insurance costs for this new car and taxes to the tune of about $225 a month. So when you add that up, $3,000 down, $495 a month, $225 a month for additional insurance and taxes. After 24 months, ladies and gentlemen, after 24 months, we paid ourselves $20,000. He's paid them $20,000. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're ready. We take that same $20,000 cash money and we go buy the same car that he bought 24 months ago new. It is now a cream puff. We find a cream puff used car and we can pay $20,000 cash and ride around in the exact same car that he's riding around in, that he bought 24 months ago at $34,900, and all of those additional fees and taxes and interest rates that he's paying. And he's still paying $495 a month. He's still paying $8,700 a year when we take into account depreciation. Now you watch me right here now. So it's 24 months. 24 months later, we're riding in the same car he's riding in. He's paying $8,700 every additional year to keep riding like that. We now start paying ourselves, starting with month 25, we start paying ourselves $8,700 a year. But we put that money to work. Just like the bank, the folks that he's paying his money to, they put his money to work, but we now start putting our own money to work. That same $8,700 a year, ladies and gentlemen, we put it to work through compound interest. That's right. And later on, you want to subscribe, because later on, I'm going to show you effective ways of putting your money to work. But we're going to put our money to work, and we're going to generate 7% compound interest. starting with month 25. So after a total of 6 more years, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? 7% compound interest, $8,700 a year. We've got $63,000 cash money. Still riding around in that same 2-year-old car that he bought first new. That car is now 8 years old, but we've taken care of it. But we also have $63,000 cash. If we wait 7 years, ladies and gentlemen, we've got $77,000 cash. If we wait 8 more years, we've got $91,000 cash. And you can decide to get off the elevator wherever you so choose. But the point here is, now here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is 10 years later. He's riding around in a new car that he's traded now for about the 3rd or 4th time, ladies and gentlemen. He owns nothing, not a zip, nothing. He has not owned any one of those cars. He still doesn't own the car he has now, and he's continuing to pay in the future $8,700 a year. And here we are at year 10. We've got a 10-year-old car. We've had it for 8 years. We've taken care of it. And we've got $91,000 cash money. Now, we're ready to go buy our dream automobile. And I don't care if your dream automobile is a Mercedes-Benz, a BMW, a Lexus, a Bentley, a Rolls-Royce, a Land Rover, a Porsche. You decide what your dream ride is. But we've got $91,000 cash. If we waited 8 years, $77,000 cash if we waited 7, and $63,000 cash if we waited 6. Now we're ready to roll, baby. Now we're ready to roll. Oh, we're ready to buy our automobile. We're ready with cash and a hat. We got the cash now. So when, where, and how are we going to buy this automobile? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're going to do. We've done all of our due diligence. We've done the Consumer Reports. We've done Kelley Blue Book. We've done eBay and Carfax. We've done all of our due diligence, and we've decided on the specific rides that we want. And we have 3 different choices of rides, and we are going to buy a ride today. Well, when is today? I'm glad you asked. When is the day? The day is we're going to choose Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday of the last week of the month. That's when we're getting ready to pull the trigger. Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday of the last week of the month. Oh, that dealership is anxious to make quota. They're anxious to sell. They're ready to do something. And we are going into the dealership on that day. Hopefully that day it's raining outside. Hopefully it's thundering and lightning. Raining cats and dogs. The worse the weather, the better for us. But now you haven't quite gotten there yet. You've chosen the day, ladies and gentlemen. But now we're ready for the what. So you decide you're going to go in there with your hat. You're going to roll up in there with cash. And what I haven't told you thus far is you're going to take your significant other or your friend, in my case, my wife, Mrs. H. You watch out here right now for the strategy. So we roll up in the dealership. It's the last week of the month, ladies and gentlemen, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. We roll up in there with cash and a hat and our significant other. In my case, I've got Mrs. H. I'm rolling up to the Mercedes-Benz dealership. I've decided on that Mercedes-Benz. That's the one I'm willing to pay cash money for today, and I'm willing to pay significantly less than what they're asking for it, but it's still a fair price because I've done my due diligence. He says these words, and by the way, I choose the sales manager. No salesman, no sales person, no sales lady. I choose the sales manager. The decision maker is the only person that I'm willing to talk to today. So here I am. I've got Mrs. H by my side. By the way, by now, she has my hat. Okay? Mrs. H has my hat. Oh, up in here. Watch the strategy. And I say, I'm ready to buy that Mercedes-Benz today. I let him know I'm buying some car today, either here or somewhere else. I'm making a cash purchase today. I'm buying a car today, either that car here or another car somewhere else. In this example, I'm at the Mercedes-Benz dealership, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giving you an example of something my wife, and we've done this, baby. I'm showing you what we've done. I'm at the Mercedes-Benz dealership. He says, yes, but I can get significantly more for that car than what you're offering. Watch this, watch this. My wife says, your significant other says, honey, let's go get the Porsche. And she reaches out to give me my hat. He says, wait a minute, let me do a little bit more paperwork. She says, honey, let's go get the Porsche. I'm looking at the Mercedes-Benz. I say to him, I'm ready to buy the Mercedes-Benz cash money right now, today. She says, I don't think that he is interested in selling. Let's go get the Porsche. He says, well, after giving it due consideration, I've decided that I can make an exception and I can sell you the Benz for the amount of cash money that you're offering today. And that's how we close the deal. But just in case, you say that sounds too easy, Bill Hamilton. Suppose he says no. It's all right if he says no, ladies and gentlemen, because that's when you accept the hat from your spouse or your friends and you walk, ladies and gentlemen. You've got two other dealerships, two other cars that you've chosen that you're ready to go. And if he lets you walk, that's his loss. It's not yours. But I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, when you get to the second dealership and you say, I got cash and a hat. I got cash and a hat. And I want to buy that car today. Ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee you that he won't let you walk because you got cash and a hat. I said cash and a hat, baby, and I'm willing to walk. I got cash and a hat. That's the deal. Hey, I guarantee you'll walk out of there with your dream automobile, cash and a hat. Subscribe and learn more about how we generate that compound interest. Join us each Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen, on our nightly call. Take it to the bridge, son. Take it to the bridge. Take it to the bridge, son. Take it to the bridge. Cash and a